next picture is a real step up in class. It's Blowout, an exciting, thoughtful new thriller by director Brian De Palma, who has made such interesting thrillers as Sisters, Carrie, and Dressed to Kill. Blowout has a little more content to it than those films. It's an unnerving blend of a series of national tragedies: President Kennedy's assassination, Senator Kennedy's accident in Chappaquiddick, and the Watergate cover-up, all rolled into a story about a movie sound effects technician on the trail of a political murder. John Travolta stars as the sound expert. One night he's out in the country recording the sounds of nature for a movie he's working on when a car carrying a state governor and a young woman comes rushing by him.
Jesus Christ.
Travolta ends up saving the woman, but the governor dies. It turns out that the governor was the object of a political dirty trick that got wildly out of control. And Travolta and the young woman end up being the only ones who try to get to the truth of his death. In the process, both of their lives are threatened. In this scene, Travolta wires the young woman for sound with a hidden microphone. They're both a little paranoid as she goes off to meet a television reporter to give him the story of what really happened.
Okay, give me a sound level. Count to 10. Slow.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, just normal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right.
Come on, we gotta get going here.
Okay, now look, don't forget you got this on, okay?
Okay.
If you need me, just talk to me. You got that right there.
Okay, affirmative.
Sally, come here.
What?
Thank you.
Over and out.
She doesn't realize a killer is masquerading as the reporter and that her life is in danger. Travolta does, and he chases after her.
Well, I guess we lost him, huh?
Well, we can't be too careful. I tell you what, why don't you just walk slowly down to the end of the platform right in front of me, okay?
You know, I don't know why you think anyone would want to follow us anyway.
You'd be amazed what some people would do for a story like this.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, don't turn around. We don't want to give ourselves away, huh?
Yeah, right.
Just pretend like nothing's happening, all right?
This place, this is disgusting, you know?
It's a real shame.
And it's not even safe anymore, you know? It reminds me of that story about that guy in New York. You remember that one?
Yeah, I think we did a piece on him.
Yeah, he's the guy, he'd ride the subways at rush hour and he'd stand in the corner real quiet so as nobody'd notice him, you know? And then they'd pull into a station and he'd open up his coat and he'd pull out this big old meat cleaver and wham, he'd whack him right over the head with it.
Let's go, Sally.
Yeah, and then they had this transit strike and he just disappeared. It's like he went on strike too, you know?
That was John Lithgow, just terrific as the bad guy in this film. This is a different kind of role for John Travolta, too. He's not playing a teenager here as he did in Grease or Saturday Night Fever. He does a believable job of unraveling the mystery and involving us along with him. Blowout is a good, tense thriller and also a fairly serious consideration, I think, of the political dirty tricks game and of our national nightmares of political assassination. That's why I really like Blowout. It's much more than a thriller.
Total agreement. I think this is Brian De Palma's best picture. I think it's one of the best pictures of the year. I liked it for 3 reasons. I think you probably share them. It works as a thriller. It works as a consideration of political conspiracy. It really does give us a feeling behind the Watergate mentality. Gee, we've committed a little crime. We have to commit much bigger crimes to cover that up. The third thing that I really like, this is something De Palma doesn't always do, he made the characters in this movie very believable as human beings. Even though they're involved in this really labyrinthine conspiracy, most of their actions are things that I think most people would do if they were in the same situation. I never felt the characters were doing things only because the plot required them to.
You're saying that De Palma's film has a lot more humanity than some of his others, which have been a lot of shock shows. I think that there's a final scene, I won't say what it is, there's a final shot in this movie that I think is one of the saddest scenes that I really can ever see, done by Travolta. I think the film does step up in its class from just a mere thriller, and I think that there's a real return to the movies of the early 70s, American films thinking about what's going on in the country, and I like that about this picture. I cared about these characters and the job of telling the truth that they were trying to do in this film. It got to me.
I think that last shot with Travolta, the reason it strikes us so deeply and really affects us is that it's a tribute to Travolta's performance throughout the whole film. We really care about this guy. He's not simply a pawn in a thriller.